Excellent, Zarin. Excellent. Some quite magic moments, really, like voicing, and I love your sense of timing in this. Let's do the second piece first. Okay. Debussy is so specific in his score. There were oftentimes there was one moment I had on your first page where I thought, oh, he should have tapered that phrase more, and I noticed a decrescendo written by Debussy. So it's so magic in a way how we just can play what's on the score, and it just comes alive completely. So I think let's just work on enhancing some of those things. The first thing that I thought in the first couple lines is that you can play a lot more into the syncopation when he comes to dotted eighth notes. So in the second phrase, how that actually, we won't really perceive it as an audience member, but if you can tap into that syncopation and really not change your pulse at all. How that plays against the square rhythm that we've had in the first line. I think it's really beautiful. Also, I wonder if just to plan on the first line, knowing that you have a triple piano to come, maybe just think a little bit more of a real sound to start. A little Chopinesque in your top voice, just to establish that, to not be too trapped by the fact that it's starting pianissimo. You have a lot more magic colors to come, okay? Try one more time. Good, okay, good. Another thing I thought in that first line as well, Debussy, obviously he hardly writes any pedal at all, so we have to determine our pedaling from his counterpoint. In that final measure, that's all we're left with these voices holding, and I think you could, in that moment, you could just do it with your fingers. So you can clear your texture, so with the G, da, da, is very, just super alone, clear, no more haze in the texture in a way. Good. Also, can you feel in your first chord to your second chord, again, if we're approaching it a little bit more 19th century-like, in terms of vocal projection of the top, can you also feel that you're moving with your hand from the first to the second chord immediately? That way. I thought you were just a little stuck on the first chord. Yeah, exactly. Good, good, good. And then let's talk about specifically, because I still think your top voice can come out more, and let's go back to the very first phrase. What specifically are you thinking when you bring out a top voice, physically?
I think a little more curve to the finger.
Okay, okay.
And just like a little faster attack as well compared to like the rest.
Yeah, yeah, I think tap into faster attack a little bit more. I love to think of, for me, it's a combination of actually how much pressure I'm using and how fast I'm attacking, specifically in comparison to my low voice. So that my thumb, for example, if you're playing with the thumb, feels like a little slower, a little lazier. So I really feel like I have two different hands, completely different attacks. Really specify that for yourself, I think, much more, okay? Ah, there we go, yeah, yeah. Yeah, good. Now let's go back and do the first phrase just so we can get that clear bass line, the very, very first measure. Right here now, thin out your pedal. Good. I think the A flat didn't speak, I think, because you were kind of stuck on your thumb. So just feel your weight transfer from 1 to 2 a little bit better. go, good. And next one. Good, yes. Good, good. So I like that voice a lot, but here's an instance where I think we can really use Debussy's articulation to make the color that we want. So he writes dot underneath tenuto. So I felt like it was the primary voice you were trying to bring out, but I didn't feel like it had water drops, like points to it, which is exactly what he writes on the page. So use that. Allow your left hand to just release and bounce. Okay. Good, yeah, beautiful. Good, yes. And there too, really feel that it's pulling against the triplet that you've given us. So here also, I think when this starts, again, it's pianissimo, but all we have on the first page is piano, pianissimo, and triple piano. So I think a little more specific top voice sound here. So just recognize again that you have a couple spots on the first page that are PPP. So PP can be bordering on projected in a way. Don't be afraid to project it. Okay. Yeah, yes, exactly. Good. There as well, that one has a tenuto on it, so maybe just voice it differently, approach it differently, whatever. Something that's different from that. Just very individual, okay? Yeah, that's so much more specific, good. Good, yeah, another specific thing in his score here, I love the warmth that you're singing with your middle voice, which I think is the melody, but then these have tenutos on them. So I think that's also an indication of maybe a bit more focused sound. So different from how you focus this, but sorry. So that it doesn't take over from what you're doing in the middle voice, but that it's individual thing. I felt that it was a little too just blended with what you did. Yeah. Yeah, good. Good, just a tiny little thing. So you did dee-da, dee-da, in the second phrase when it's that, I think you felt the difference in the right hand of, I heard the G really quick, really clearly, and then you were afraid of it. You thought it was too much. So yes, those are two different lines, but we've kind of heard it already. Then it changes, yes, but I think the fact that reaches up, don't be afraid of that.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. So now, Good. Good, yeah. I do feel that there's a difference of pulse that you unconsciously have in mind with the dotted eighths. So ti tam da da. So keep that triplet underneath you and have a 3 against 2 feeling to your triplet. So I felt that one always comes early. I feel. Okay, try one again. Yeah. Good. Nice, beautiful. Good, good. Just one technical little thing. Up there, I noticed that sometimes when you want to point your sound in your 5, you end up doing this with your 2, 3, 4. So can you keep the arc of your bridge position just open? Because this will cause also you to hold something in your 5 that is not directing your weight the right way, as opposed to this. Okay? Good. Yes, good, excellent. Good. Now, after this flourish right here, there's actually no rest. So I would interrupt a little bit more with that line, just a little more. I felt there was too much space.
Okay.
So just how it can emerge a little bit more from the flourish. Okay, go right there. Yeah, good. Good, good. I like this. I first thought maybe that you could sing that a little bit more, but then of course we're coming up on that he says expressif and en dehors. So I think when you arrive there, even though I think you're thinking about this crescendo and you're pacing yourself sort of, don't overthink that. I think the new entrance of this sound with this very specific new marking of his, really sing like Chopin. Sing that top voice as soon as that enters. I kind of heard it by the B flat, but not the A flat. Okay? One more time. Now solo. Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful, good. Good, good. One voice that I love, you did so well. And then I feel that continues in the left hand. Do you see these double stems? Yeah, because we've heard that now. So, and it's magic. Keep it magic. Don't change anything about that, but let that come out, okay? Now change your pedal. Yes. So that rest right there, the rest, the change of harmony, everything that you see on the score, I think is a very clear indication to change the pedal.
Okay.
So we've had haze. There's been everything in here, lots of dots under slurs and sustained things that indicate lots of huge pedal. And then once you get to here, and you have that really important rest in the right hand, I thought the first time your haze continued too long. So just let that be a benchmark there. Okay. The last measure of the D flat. Good. So then we feel a shift. Good, yes. And then here as well with this A flat, change the pedal. Yeah. Good. Good, good. I think I could hear that I could stand to hear that A flat more. Okay. I think, yeah. 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 Yeah, much better. Excellent, excellent. Yeah. So it's just about making these layers sort of pop a little bit more. Okay. Good, good. Let's go to Masques. So my biggest issue in Masques actually was in the outer sections in terms of pulse. I felt like there was, the pulse at the beginning wasn't clear. I think you were almost like you were thinking of it, you're thinking of it in one, which is absolutely right, but I think it's influencing that unit to be just a little condensed. Okay. So I would love it to more match that pulse you have. So you keep a little bit of underlying sense of 3 underneath your 1.
Sure.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, can you try it again? Exactly, yeah, much better, much better. That really ties things together much better. And that the clarity that yields in your playing is so exciting. Okay. It's incredibly exciting, okay? So now, your right hand, I feel like to make room for your left hand, your right hand is actually pulling down a lot. So I would rather you go towards the direction of having your left hand a little higher, so your hands are still out of the way of each other and they don't feel inhibited, but you can still hold your left hand up here. So the repetition is much more efficient and easy. Because pulling your right hand down pulls weight down, even though sound-wise it's fine, but it pulls weight down, so the reaction and the repetition is maybe not going to happen, especially on a less responsive piano. Yeah. So then if it's up there, yeah. Yeah. Super easy, right? Yeah, yeah, good. Now let's try it one more time from the beginning now. Wow, yeah. Excellent, good, good. I love the crescendo. When you do the subito piano, make sure you still focus your sound on that first B flat. Okay, yeah, that's much better, and the pulse is so much more centered. It's great. What was I going to say? I feel like maybe these two bass notes, because they have tenutos as well, they could be a more specifically different articulation from a little bit longer. Maybe catch the pedal just for a second. Can you try one more time? Yeah. Yeah. And then here. Yes. Good. Okay, great. So here as well, there's not so much repetition issue here, but sound-wise, I think the sound gets a little bit brash, again, because I think you're pulling down your right hand. As opposed to that. Do you hear the sound round just a little bit as soon as I do that? So keep it. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Good, good. Now, this this is problematic because it's in the midst of fortissimo, but can you blend your beats 2 and 3 a little bit more so we get just a little bit? I'm playing the beats 2 and 3 much too soft, so not soft, but blended, a little bit more blended. Nice, good. Good. Stay up. Stay up. Yep, do it again. Yeah, exactly. Other thing about this, as opposed to this, is that when you do this, there's also just a little bit of like a flexibility in the wrong way. Whereas here, you're flexible. This stays flexible because it's all engaged, but it's stable.
Okay.
So you're not stiff, but it's stable. There's no extraneous motion. And again, the sound is better because your weight is just really well dropped and well directed rather than forced. That, okay? Yeah, right where we stopped. Good, good. I still feel like that's much better. That also gets just a little condensed in terms of pulse. And not that I want you to play like a metronome, but maintain just again in the back of your mind that is 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Okay. Yeah.
In the midst of thinking of it in 1, it is 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Good. Excellent. Yeah. So if you are going to do these with one finger, I think actually, again, holding your hand a little higher, they're responding pretty well, but I think even more. So again, this engages a little bit more. So you're not doing it just with your palm, but. And I think also a little bit more soloistic first note will allow you to blend these D flats more. Okay, again, I heard such a clear C natural, but not the B flat as much. So start it. Yeah. Yep. Good. Yeah, same for Scarbo if you ever play Scarbo. Yeah. Those repeated notes, just like dangle high. Yeah, okay, go on. Good, good. Here as well, I think we have a 4-bar short phrase, and then we have a kind of a really long phrase. I think here also don't feel trapped by the pianissimo on the page. And also, I think it's important for all of us to never feel trapped by the assumption that we often make that Debussy is a soft composer. He's a layered composer. It's about layers of sound, many different sounds. So if you need to make a long line, that has a bigger arc, give it a bigger arc. Don't be afraid to exit the world of pianissimo a little bit, in your top voice at least, and maybe also in how you fill out the harmony so you can make that long arc, okay? So do the short one first. Good, beautiful. Good, good. I love how you listen and how you definitely feel space. But in this particular instance, I feel that if you pause that much in that moment, that the di doesn't become the next di. It doesn't transfer and kind of just morph into bringing us back to bum ba da 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 da. So I would minimize that space. Okay. So you can link the two a little bit more. Yeah, good. Stay up. Yeah, try it one more time, because certainly when you're playing soft, when you're trying to control soft, less weight as opposed to this, pulling down weight, but less. Okay? Good. Okay. So this also, it rushes a little bit. It's really exciting, so I don't want to temper it too much. But what I really feel rushes is ba 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 ba, and then also da da dee da da. Those I think are pushing ahead too much. So that again, I'm not getting the 3 against 2 feel that pulls against itself. Okay, bum ba 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 bum. So again, don't temper your enthusiasm, but just maintain a sense of, again, a sense of 1 2 3 1 2 3 underneath your 1. Okay. Good, excellent, good, great. So we're almost out of time, so let's just go to the end. Actually, really, the only thing I thought at the end was that, again, you could utilize in the last couple bars his articulation of. So take the pedal off and utilize that. Ba, 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 ba. And then we get an incredible sustain with the last chord. So can you try that? Last 4, 5 bars. Yeah, exactly. Good. It's all on the page. Okay? Excellent. All right, good.